mom was driving, and it was kind of late. I think they were both very tired. But this drive that we were doing on that night was something we had done 100,000 times before. Sprinter Summit, which is part of Highway 50, starts in Carson City, and it's sort of this I think, in the world. Coming home, I felt super safe in the back of the car. You know, this was just like another night. And I remember playing, tic-tac-toes myself. Hey, Brock. I was sleeping in the back because it's, past midnight. It's kind of past my bedtime. And I hear my mom, scream out. I saw that there was lights. She saw lights, and she just sort of screamed, "Car!" It's one way on each side. So if you saw lights in the tunnel that you're about to go through, that means someone was going through the wrong way. And my godmom slammed on the brakes. And the rear of the car slides around. And so we're now headed into the tunnel backwards. And as we enter the tunnel, the car starts spinning out. I was completely terrified and thinking, this is sort of, this is the end. All I really had was the sounds. Maybe this is what it is after death. We were at that moment, you don't even know whether it's was that a tree? Are we still on the road? What was that? Do I still have all my limbs? Am I bleeding? Can I even speak? Can I walk? It was just completely quiet. Me, I don't think the fear really came until we stopped and I realized how terrifying it was. It was like, you sort of all this sounds kind of come back in and time comes back to you and you realize that it's totally overwhelming. There was no cars. There was nothing. There was no one on the highway at all. That's the strength. And the rear of the car had sort of smashed into the side divider of the highway. And over the edge is oblivion. I mean, it's 6,000 feet of mountain slope. It's basically just like a sheer plummet. The most shocking thing afterwards, besides, my mom being a little hysterical and me being in shock, was just realizing that there was not one thing wrong with me. Somehow, some reason, some force was sort of looking over us and protecting us that night. All three of us walked away without a scratch, without a bump, without a bruise, and our car was completely totaled. We were extremely lucky to just have been able to slide, skid, completely ruin a car, and somehow not fly over the side of the mountain. Eventually, a cop car came, and there were trying to figure out the facts of what this was and what that was and who came where, and I think they were trying to explain it to the police officers. And the lights that my mom had seen when she called out for, cars. I mean, it was probably some strange play of light from the moon or something.